Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Hooligans live from Mount Ephraim, New Jersey in the Real Talk Studios. This episode is brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, Certified Public Accountants. Our public accountants, make them yours. 301 Oxford Valley Road, Yardley, Pennsylvania, 215-369-3300. Foles is back, Ralphie.
I know, man. I can't believe
Foles
I can't believe
is
it.
back.
He's back, and it seems like we're back to square one where we were last year when Carson went out with the ACL.
Yep.
It's the same month, same team, same stadium that he's going to. It's crazy. Hopefully he has some of the magic still. I mean, I'm not one of these full haters. I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, shit happens. The Chip Kelly always says, he was always right on this quote, the injury rate in the NFL is always 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, every team has their injuries, you know, here and there. Like the Falcons, you know, week one they lost their two best players, and now, you know, the Eagles have 13 guys on the IR,
Right.
Except for Carson Wentz, who's not on the IR yet. But Nick Foles is back. He's under center, baby. You're happy about it. I know you're happy about it.
I'm very happy. You know this, Ralphie. Hey, you know what? Same time of the year last year.
Yep.
Same exact circumstance. Carson Wentz is not playing. Nick Foles back in, like we just said. It's a little bit different this time, though. Last year we had a really good team around Nick Foles. This year, not so much.
Yeah.
And that's the major cause and concern that I have going into this game. Now, I did go down to AC yesterday and put a decent amount of money on the money line because I believe that Nick Foles brings magic to the table. Do I think he's the best QB ever? No. Is he my favorite QB ever? Yes. I just think the guy he's a winner, and I think we come to play tomorrow. But the 13-point spread, it's too many points, Ralphie.
Yeah, it's way too many.
Way too many points. And honestly, I think we come out firing tomorrow. The Rams' offense has been suspect. I know they're coming off of national TV. They just got embarrassed against the Chicago Bears. But I think that the Philadelphia Eagles know that they're kind of still in the wild card race, and I think they come out firing tomorrow. It just depends on what they do. Do they defer? Do they accept?
Yeah.
What do they do?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough one. I mean, the Eagles are where when Nick Foles took over last year, and people don't understand. Like, I get you want to root for the guy.
Yeah.
But it's a different, like you said, it's a different football season. Okay, last year we were 11-2 going into that game. You know, we had all Nick had to do was basically get us a first-round bye, right? And he got it for us, and the history's on the wall. He went on to win the Super Bowl for us and got Super Bowl MVP. But this time around, you got to win out. You got to win 3 games, and they're not against easy opponents at all, except for one, and that's the Washington Redskins. Yeah. You got to come home next week against the Texans if you win this week against the Rams. But the division is pretty much over because if the Cowboys win Sunday against the Colts, they win the East outright. So it doesn't even matter. So going into Sunday night game, you kind of be looking at the wild card like, okay, did the Panthers lose this week? Did the Vikings lose again? Because if the Vikings and the Panthers lose and you can win,
you're going at 8-8.
Yeah, you can get there at 8-8, 9-7 for the wild card. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this is another point I wanted to bring up. I heard a lot of people say all week. Now, what if Foles happens to win on Sunday? All right, and Carson Wentz can come back if needed. I'm gonna tell you this right here, right now. Some of you might not like this. It doesn't matter what Carson Wentz's status is. If Nick Foles wins that game on Sunday, he's the starter the rest of the season. You're just putting him in there. You're putting him in there for the playoffs if we get there, and you're riding with him. Because honestly, at 6-7, we weren't projected to go anywhere anyway. So just put your backup in there. Put the guy in there that won you the Super Bowl last year. See where it goes.
Yeah.
And you're playing with house money at this point.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
You know?
A back problem in the NFL. I mean, I'm not taking a chance with your franchise quarterback for a guy that you put your house up for him.
Yeah.
Basically, you traded 4 to 5 picks for the guy, and now he's got what are they saying? It's just a stress now, right? It's not even a fracture.
Right.
So the fracture wasn't even there. So that's another lie.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about this Eagles medical staff. It's like they took someone from the Sixers and brought him over.
Right.
You know, but. Yeah, the back problem with Carson, I mean, he did have it in college, but then, you know, he came back and won the national championship with North Dakota State that year when he had it. But, yeah, I mean, we're at 6-7. If we lose this week, season's done. You know what I mean?
You think so?
Yeah. Absolutely. 6-8, yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
You could go 8-8, like we just said.
Yeah, but then it's gonna be really hard.
Oh, it's gonna be difficult. We need a bunch of teams to lose, but that's the big X factor.
Yeah.
The teams in the wild card hunt aren't that good.
Yeah, it's basically like how it was in the AFC last year.
Yeah.
When the Bills got in at 9-7 on the last play of the game with the Ravens and Bengals game. But if Carson ain't ready to go, man, he ain't ready to go. I'm not gonna put him in there with a fractured back and see if any. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that.
No, you know what? The fan base loves Carson Wentz. The other thing I wanted to touch up real quick is that there seems to be a little bit of a divide in the fan base with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles because Nick Foles was the guy that brought us our first Lombardi trophy. I'm a huge Nick Foles fan. Everyone knows that by now. You know, I do feel like some of the criticism that Carson Wentz is getting by the Foles fans, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You know, the guy's a warrior. You saw the numbers he put up this year with the stress fracture or stress back or whatever you want to call it.
He's actually having a better year than he did last year. And he only played, 11 games this year so far?
Yeah, he played 11 games. Wait, he started week 3, so he's, like 10, 11, something like that?
Yeah, 10, 11 games, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So, yeah, he's played pretty good. I mean, the stats are a little flawed, in my personal opinion, because if you do the eye test, you look every single week, you see the guy hasn't been the same. I saw this from when he started to play. Like, he did that one Houdini escape against the Colts, and then ever since he did that, he didn't do it ever again. Yeah. So you knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong right off the bat. So you have to be careful with this guy, especially if you're going to give him a long-term contract and a lot of money. And I actually asked a question on Twitter the other day. Would you give him a contract extension this offseason?
No, I'll wait until next year offseason.
You'd wait until next season?
To be completely honest, yes.
Okay, because I brought up on Twitter the other day, is he injury-prone? And in my personal opinion, if you look at his track record, he had that 1 year where he played all 16 games. But yeah, I think Carson Wentz is injury-prone, and I need to see more from this guy to give him a long-term extension. He's a phenomenal athlete. He's a phenomenal talent. But in order to give him $175 million, you need to make sure that this guy is on the field every single Sunday from here on out. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's a risk. It's a huge risk.
I kind of disagree with the whole that Carson's injury-prone because I take the ACL out of it. Because that's just a freak accident.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Jimmy G was just scrambling, wasn't even touching it, and tore his ACL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, I disagree with the injury prone. But if he gets injured next year, like a broken wrist or something happens again, God hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Then I'll be on that boat of injury prone. To be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, in college he had a fractured wrist.
But he came back though. He came back and won the national championship with North Dakota State.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, then he had the ACL tear. Now he has a back problem, and he had a rib injury in the preseason.
But here's the thing about the preseason now.
Yeah.
I think it was just you got we don't want to mortgage the future here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, type of thing. Because that's when we still had Sam Bradford.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. We fleeced the Minnesota Vikings for that first round pick.
Absolutely garbage, and that's why I give credit to Howie Roseman. But other than that, yeah. But, yeah, anything over there on Facebook? Let's see what we got.
So far we got Tommy saying, "What's up, brothers? Solo talk."
Solo talk. Yep, today.
Chrome says, "What's up, brother? Greetings from LA. Heading to the game tomorrow. Go Birds."
Gonna have fun.
James Tatum says, "What's up, Kyle?"
What's up, James?
Chrome also says, "Key game tomorrow is Miami at Minnesota. Only chance we have."
I wanna find out when he booked those plane tickets and those tickets in general. Like, that's what I want to really find out.
If you're still in here, let me know.
Yeah, because, I was thinking about going out to this game, especially how much I love Nick Foles.
Yeah.
But 13 points to me, it just goes to show me that Vegas just thinks we have no shot.
Yeah.
And I did put money on the money line, like I just said earlier, but at the same time, I'm going to be a little realistic. Our secondary sucks. Our pressure up front hasn't been good. You really need Cox to stand out this game.
And think about it. If we can't stop Zeke, how are we going to stop Todd Gurley? Seriously.
Cox has to step up. He's been on a milk carton the whole year.
$100 million man right there.
Yeah, he's been on a milk carton. And you know what? I love Fletcher Cox, but $100 million is not worth it. He hasn't been worth it, and, he's just got to step up. So it is what it is. Who's going to – we're pretty much playing for jobs next year if you're asking me.
Yeah.
You have to step up in this game. And I know we have a lot of shit talkers here on YouTube. Cowboys fans saying 8-8 won't make the playoffs. Chris Garland also said Eagles don't have any shot. Well, we do have a shot. All right.
If we beat the Rams, man, the city will go crazy. I'll tell you that.
No, and let me tell you something else, and it's kind of scary. If we beat the Rams, so many people are going to be on the Foles wagon because of all the magic he produced in the last years he was playing. It's going to get wild, man.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to look towards Foles and no one's going to think about Carson Wentz. And it's I don't know what to make of it. You know what? Because
But I will say this, though. Nick Foles is a great backup quarterback. Yeah. He's just not a starter in this league. And was proven.
I think he is. The reason why I think he is because if you give him the weapons around him, and you balance it with a run game like he hasn't done with Doug hasn't done with Carson, Nick is your perfect type of QB because if the running game works, he's gonna be amazing. You know, if the running game doesn't work, it's all on him, and then kind of goes upside down. But the thing with Doug Peterson is, and I said this all week, I feel like Doug Peterson is the perfect coach for Nick Foles, not for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, he throws the ball way too many times with Carson Wentz. He doesn't balance it out with the run. Tomorrow you're going to see Josh Adams carrying the ball probably 15 to 20 times, and the weeks prior, he was only carrying it like 7 to 10 times.
Yeah.
So I mean, Doug Peterson, in my opinion, is he a good coach? Yes, he won the Super Bowl, but is he a little overrated? Maybe.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
So James Tatum says, "Who's to blame for Carson Wentz drama, Doug or the training staff?"
To be completely honest,
I think it's the training staff, because the fact that I just can't believe that nobody said anything about the back fracture.
Yeah,
that just blows my mind. Right? You have a franchise quarterback going out there that doesn't know anything about his back, and he's still playing with the back fracture and putting up those numbers. Dude's a goddamn warrior. You know what I mean? I mean, I couldn't play with a back fracture. You know what I mean?
A lot of people couldn't.
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy, man. It really is crazy. But yeah, I think just the training staff saying that, oh, the back fracture just came up now is a little fishy to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I put all the blame on the training staff because, dude, how many injuries do we have on this team?
Yeah,
the list just keeps. Every single week, it seems like two to three players are just getting added onto the injury list.
Yeah.
And it sucks, man. It really does.
The defense has got off right now. It's depleted.
Well, that's the difference from last year to this year is that the offense was mostly hurt instead of the defense. It basically flip-flopped this year.
It did.
Yeah, because the only person on defense that really got hurt was Jordan Hicks was out for the years with the Achilles.
Right.
Other than that, everybody was intact except for outside of Sidney Jones coming off the Achilles.
Exactly.
And he only played one game last year against the Cowboys in Week 17.
Exactly. And Chris, let me ask you a question. You say can't wait till the Rams blow you out, and you'll say more excuses. The Rams are expected to blow us out.
Yeah, I'm expecting us to lose by 35 tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm being that honest.
The Rams are expected to blow us out. Now, if it stays close, I don't want it to stay close. If we're close, we win the fucking game. There's no close, all right? I'm not about morals, all right? I want to win the fucking game if we're close. If we win tomorrow, I want to see you coming back next week and give me an apology, because that means that this shitty-ass Eagles team went into L.A. and beat one of the best top-tier teams in the league with their backup QB, and I want you to come back and apologize.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I believe because we won the Super Bowl last year, and I believe that our team is still in it to win it, and I think when your star QB goes down, the team seems to rally a little bit more around the backup because they're like, "Hey, let's do this. Let's shock the world again."
Well,
you know?
We were talking about on the Fix Wednesday, and Ryan was talking about it. He's like, "Yeah, you know how Doug in week seven that the pressure's off. Well, the pressure's really off now.
That's really there's no pressure.
Yeah, there is no pressure now.
We're the not even underdogs. We're lower than that.
Yeah.
There's no pressure. If we win even a fucking playoff game this year, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see what happens. You know, I'm still going to watch the game. As I said, I put some money down on it just to entertain it. But, yeah, the Eagles, they won that first Lombardi, so you know what? Anything's happened. Anything's possible. So, you have anything over there on Facebook?
Yeah, Manny Martinez says, I literally told my wife on 2 plays where Cox literally did absolutely nothing. You could see him get pushed down the line. He always disengages and stops the run cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't disagree. I really can't. And, you know, Hyde and Zeke says last year you were lucky. I mean, if you want to say 13-3 was lucky, I don't know what luck is.
Then I guess the Giants were lucky then.
I mean, that's what I always stress to with my Giants friends that are fans of the Giants. They say that they won with 9-7, 10-6 records because they got hot in the playoffs. We were hot all year long.
Yeah.
All right. When Carson went down, nothing nothing. We didn't skip a beat. You know, it was the same exact thing. So I don't know what you're trying to say with luck. If you want to say luck, I mean, you guys were 13-3 the one year, and you got fucking ousted by Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on, dude.
In the first round.
Yeah, in the first round. The first round at home.
Yeah. James Tatum says, how does Doug not have any common sense to know something is wrong with Carson Wentz?
Oh, he knows. The problem is, it's all behind the scenes stuff. And, you know, everyone knew that he had a problem with his back. If you didn't know he had a problem with his back, what are you getting paid for? You know, this training staff knew there was something wrong. I mean, you know, it's common sense. You see how he played last year and you see how he's playing this year. You're not going to go based off only his knee. The guy not only can the guy not run, he could barely go for a first down. You know, there was obviously something wrong. He can't stand up straight. That's obviously a back issue. So to say that they didn't know, they're fucking full of shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, someone's trying not to get fired. That's why they're lying. They're lying their fucking asses off. And it's a big problem because, you know, like the news reports are saying, this guy, he's a fucking warrior.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions?
7 interceptions, yeah. And he has better numbers than he did last year.
Yeah.
Coming off an ACL and now the back stress.
Like, how are you going to lie about your franchise quarterback? I don't understand that. Like, you're putting him out there every single Sunday in a gladiator sport. It's like you're getting hit by a car 27 fucking times, and you're going to put him out there when he's brutally injured. Like, that's inhumane. Like, that's not even, like, trying to win football games. That's, like, not even caring about somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. If he wasn't healthy, he should not have been out there. Like, someone needs to get fired. And honestly, if Doug knew about it, he needs to get fired.
You think so?
Point blank. If Doug knew about it, out. You're gone. Because you know what? Right now, I would put Wentz over Doug. I really would.
Yeah.
I really would. And Doug Peterson shows to me that, you know what, maybe he got a little bit lucky last year. Because Doug has been god-awful this year. Awful. And he's been put in a not brutally, but a hurt franchise quarterback under center, and he knew about it, he's gone. It's that simple. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And do I like Doug Peterson? Yeah. Brought us a Super Bowl, but, you know, there's other people out there that fill his position.
Now, are you bringing Flip back?
No.
No, you're not bringing Flip back?
No, I'm not. Because I know everyone loves DiFilippo, but, you know, he looked absolutely brutal in Minnesota.
Yeah, if he can't do anything with that, what they have out there in Minnesota, I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah, he had Dalvin Cook. He had Kirk Cousins, who's serviceable. He had Thielen, Rudolph. No, don't want him.
Stephon Diggs. Yeah, the list goes on and
I
on
don't
over
want
there.
him. No, I don't want him.
Yeah.
I think he sucks. And people look at the name and be like, oh, he was on the Super Bowl team. It doesn't mean anything. You know, that's all Frank Reich. Look what Frank Reich's doing with Indianapolis.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
You know, it's obvious it was all Frank Reich. And it sucks that we couldn't keep him. Thanks, Josh McDaniels. But
yeah, imagine if Josh McDaniels took the coach job. Frank's still here.
He's still here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we're still rolling.
Yep.
You know, but shit happens. It's a year-to-year league. If you have a dominant team, you're not going to keep every piece.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, because like you said, you start winning and you start smelling yourself a little bit. You're like, damn, am I really worth this money? Let me go see if I can find more money somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, look at LeGarrette Blount.
It's a fucking head coaching job.
He's making more money at
Detroit.
In Detroit than he was here. You know what I mean? Because he won back-to-back titles.
And he didn't really care about winning anymore because he has 3 rings.
Yeah.
You know, his legacy is set.
Mm-hmm.
So he was going for his family and his future now, and I completely get it. You know, it's just, if you have a head coaching job on the table, you're not going to decline that.
But would I bring LeGarrette Blount back next year? Absolutely.
How old is he?
Because we missed him all this year as a closer. That's the one thing the Eagles didn't have is a closer like he did last year for us.
How old is LeGarrette Blount?
I think he's 30-something, 31, 32.
32. All right, so probably
I'll bring him back on a 1-year deal.
Well,
Absolutely.
Well, I'll say this right now. It's either going to be us, Detroit, or the Patriots.
Again?
I think he could go back to the Patriots because he fits that system perfectly up there. And they use scrubs. They bring scrubs off the beach in the middle of the summer and then bring them into their locker room. So, yeah, their system's perfect up there. Tom's going to probably play till he's 45. And they still look dominant.
And win multiple Super Bowls again, huh?
Oh, my God.
It's crazy, dude.
They
never miss a beat. It's so crazy because the Patriots lose guys every year because, you know, they smell themselves when they go make more money, and they also lose coaching jobs because, you know, they're on a Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah.
You know, just like how Matt Patricia went to the Lions. It's just crazy how the Patriots lose all these pieces and replace them with me and yous, okay,
Yeah.
and they still go out and win Super Bowls.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's ridiculous.
I can't remember the last time Tom Brady actually had. Okay, he had one superstar wide receiver in his career, and that was Randy Moss, and that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, he never had a superstar running back. He's got Gronk, but Gronk's never.
He's never healthy.
He
lost me
he's
in my
always
fantasy,
injured.
Yeah.
Always injured.
Yeah, he sucks. Well, not sucks, but he's always injured.
Always injured.
No, the Patriots, the thing about them is when you're playing, I'll compare them to like a poker game, all right? When you're playing poker and you have all the money at the table and you're so confident you're going to win every single hand, that's what the Patriots have, all right? They're like low risk, high reward at this point because if they lose, they lose. You know, they're gonna put out the best play calling they can possibly get because they literally have no risk because they win every fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
And their division is complete ass.
Yeah, it's really bad.
So
imagine playing the Bills and the Jets and the Dolphins twice a year. You know?
Exactly. And the Eagles don't have that luxury because all three teams in our division have winning histories.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know, we can play a bunch of scrubs every single year. Everyone's targeting us because we're Super Bowl champions. So it's a little bit different. I was looking towards getting a little bit more consistent when it came to this team, but then I realized it took us 50 years to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to backpedal a little bit on my statements. And, you know, it sucks, but, yeah, that's what winning does to you. It makes you higher for more.
It does, yeah. It really does.
Is.
Manny Martinez says, I think Carson is trying too hard this year because he feels it was supposed to be him winning our first Super Bowl.
No, and I saw a video clip from the Super Bowl last year on about Tuesday. Yeah, he said to Nick Foles, that's me next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that. And you could tell this guy was hurt emotionally because, put it this way, my friend said it best. Think about doing all the work in your class project. You do all of the work. And the other guy gets all the credit for it.
Gets all the credit for it.
Gets all the credit for it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened to Carson Wentz because Nick Foles, yes, he's my favorite Eagles QB of all time, hands down. That probably will never change because he won the Lombardi. But for him to get all the credit for it, it's kind of steep because our team last year was based off Carson Wentz's success.
Yeah, don't forget who got us to 11-2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I always tell people. I'm grateful for Nick Foles stepping in and leading us to a Super Bowl because who would imagine a backup quarterback coming into that environment? You know what I mean? Your team's red hot. Everybody said, "Oh, the Eagles are done." You know, first time ever in playoff history, a number one season underdog going into a playoff game.
Yeah.
You know, we went on to win the Super Bowl. But I mean, I always tell people, don't forget who got us to 11-2 last year.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
Because we got the number one seed. We were home every single playoff game. Now, granted, the playoff games are the hardest games to win, and he looked spectacular in every single game besides the first half in the Atlanta game, if you want to say that. But it was freezing outside. He put the icing on the cake, but I'll give more of the credit to Wentz because of how he brought us the number one seed. So
if Carson ever gets injured, man, he's MVP.
Yeah.
You know, it's unanimous too.
I want to see him come back to that. I just don't know if he ever will because like you said, the training staff is a joke.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Huge fucking joke.
Manny also says it shows how much of a talent he is coming off the ACL and having that fracture in his back. Manny also goes on to say, I think Adams can be that guy. They just need to force feed him the way Zeke, Gurley, and Barkley all do.
No, you know, I was on the Adams train about 2 weeks ago, and what I've really seen out of the guy, I mean, he's a serviceable back. He's not.
You know what he reminds me a little bit? With his shimmies and his shakes, like a bigger LaShawn McCoy.
Sean McCoy?
Yeah.
Really?
Like when he goes to the line of scrimmage, it's not straight, you know, go right through the hole. It's let me make a man miss and then go to the hole. If you watch his game, he's like a bigger. He's almost like a LaShawn McCoy, but a bigger version of LaShawn McCoy.
Right. No, I mean, I have to see more from Josh Adams. I hope we see a lot tomorrow because we need to see him, you know, because Nick Foles needs to, like, I know you joke about the RPOs and stuff like that, but you know, you do need to run the ball tomorrow. It's big. And Fuller's Demon on YouTube says, having a season like this after the title really makes me gain respect for the Patriots.
Well, don't forget the first time the Patriots won,
they won 9-7.
They won 9 and missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
They missed the playoffs. Yeah. And then they went back. They went back.
And then they got comfortable.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is get comfortable. But with a QB like Wentz, it's a little bit different because you have to understand the QB they have up there in Massachusetts. He's the perfect fit for that system. You know, he dumps it off. He runs when he has to. And all you're doing is doing checkdowns and making the first down yardage. That's all you're doing. With Wentz, it's a little different because he uses his feet a lot more, and he's always in that position to get injury prone. And our backup, it's not going to be Foles from this point forward. So it's probably going to be someone of a lesser talent. It's sucks, man. The Patriots are so good.
Yeah, they are.
Like, they really are.
It's unfair, man. Like I was saying, they lose so many pieces in the offseason, and then they just replace someone, and they just keep on winning, man.
Yep.
They really do.
Yep.
But granted, like you said, they play in a shit division. Man.
Yeah.
They really do.
No one wins in that division.
Yeah.
It's like every single year, it's a guaranteed lock to win money if you put money on it. You know, it's it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It's garbage.
I can't stand the Patriots. Thank God we beat the Patriots, man. Can't stand their fans, man. I
Yeah.
really can't.
I can't either. And let's see what we have over here on YouTube. Isn't the Zill Jones says, isn't this the same Rams team who lost their first playoff game against the biggest choke artist in football history?
Well, it's a different team because did they have Brandon Cooks last year?
No.
No, they did
No,
not.
Patriots had Brandon Cooks last year.
Oh yeah, they did because we knocked them out.
We knocked them the fuck
Thanks,
out.
Malcolm. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a little different. It's a different football team now going there, and we're a different football team going there now as well.
Yep.
I mean, they got Marcus Peters, they got Ndamukong Suh, they got Aaron Donald up front. I think Talib might be back, but I'm not sure.
Talib is back, yep.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
They got Jared Goff. Like I said, if you can't stop Zeke, I don't know how you're going to stop Todd Gurley. The dude's, walks into the stadium with 150 yards already underneath his belt. Brandon Cooks. They lost Cooper Kupp, though, which I kind of think hurts them a little bit because it was that basically that combination of Brandon Cooks and Cooper Kupp. Robert Woods is doing pretty good as well, but I think losing Cooper Kupp hurt them a little bit because that 1-2 punch they had with Cooks and Kupp. Yeah, man. And that offensive line is pretty good as well. You didn't see it in Chicago, but they're playing up to their standards out there in L.A.
Going back to Cooper Kupp, ever since he went down, Jared Goff hasn't been the same.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same.
Because number one, it was his quickest read.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two.
It was his Cole Beasley, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to find out how to. You have to find out how to switch it up and like try to find pieces that you didn't find before, and it's obviously showing that, he's having a problem with it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Manny also goes on to say, I feel like he reminds me of Adrian Peterson. I think he's still talking about Josh Adams.
No.
He runs upright, but still doesn't understand how to use the big frame to his advantage. I would like to see him break the easy tackles. One person I like to see break tackles, and that's Corey Clement. Can you make one dude miss, please?
No, I don't think so.
Can you make one dude miss, please?
No, Corey Clement is what I expected him to be. He was undrafted out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He's not much. He's more of a role player.
Yeah.
You can't really rely on him to be a feature back because he's not. And it's obvious that we need a feature back in the offseason.
Yeah, can we go get somebody? His name starts with an L.
Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah.
Depends how much you pay him. I want him as much as anybody, but if he's asking for $17 million a year, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
I just don't know. And
I think the one team that's really going to get him, going quick on this real quick, is
Jets?
the Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay.
I think Green Bay is going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's finally get Aaron Rodgers the guy that he needs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And see if it's actually Aaron Rodgers that's the problem out there in Green Bay.
It's not Aaron Rodgers. You want to know why? Because ever since Mike McCarthy got
I know. How
got the
about
hook,
that?
he went off.
I know. How about that, huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, that sucks. But whatever. No, if Le'Veon Bell's asking for 17 a year, I'm bringing back Ajayi.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, because
really?
Yeah, Ajayi is a Pro Bowl talent.
Give him a 1 year deal.
One two.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-2. He runs hard, he hustles, and you get him for cheap.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl talent for cheap.
Yeah, coming off the ACL injury and stuff like that. Yep. Yeah. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, 100%. And where's Alshon Jeffrey?
I'll give you another one. Where's Nelson Aguilar?
Well, see, the thing with Nelson Aguilar is we really know what we're expected from Nelson Aguilar because this first couple seasons he was kind of a wash here. He's kind of like he sucked, but at the same time, last year he performed.
Yeah.
And then this year he escaped. You know what the problem is? Jordan Matthews.
You think so?
Ever since you brought back Jordan Matthews, hasn't been the same. I think it's a mind game when Nelson Aguilar is playing with Jordan Matthews. I really do because Jordan Matthews he sees as a guy that can potentially take his job at that slot position.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't like that. He wants it to be all his. And we all know Nelson Aguilar can't play on the outside.
Well, he made that one catch against Dallas last week. That was
unreal. He did.
Yeah, it was a nice over-the-shoulder catch.
It was a better throw.
Yeah.
So, Nelson, but that's one catch out of how many?
Yeah.
I can't. You got to be consistent in this league. And he needs to get out of his own mind. Like, he really does. Because he has quick feet. He has some of the quickest feet I've ever seen. So, we'll see where it goes from there. I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing about Alshon, I think Alshon's been there. It's just that Carson, and I've been noticing this, zones in on Zach Ertz.
All the time. He targets him. Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, it feels like it's one-on-one football with him and Ertz. Like, if Ertz ain't open, Carson's like, oh, shit, what do I do now?
It's his first read. It's his quickest read. And he's right up the middle. And people don't seem to understand that. But when you're targeting one player so many times, number one, you don't have confidence in anyone else. And number two, you're hurt. Mm-hmm. Because when you're hurt and you can't move as much as you can, you're like, oh, the easiest read right there. That's what he's going to do. And he's trying not to show that he's hurt because he wants to stay out there. I understand that because he's a football player. But at the same time, Carson, dude, what are you doing for the future?
Now, do you resign Golden Tate? Do you bring Golden Tate back?
Ooh.
Because for the past 2 weeks now, he's getting his balls and he's showing us what he can do with the yards after catch.
He's a huge yards after catch player. I'll give him that. I did like the trade when it first happened, the third-round pick. Now that's lost. Yeah, I'd bring him back.
Yeah, me too.
I would bring him back. Because with him, Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, Nelson Aguilar, it's a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
So why not? Give him a full season here in Philadelphia. He obviously loves it here.
Mm-hmm.
He changed his profile picture almost immediately when he got here. So, yeah, 100%. I mean, I'd probably bring him back for probably 2 years, $10 million, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Five a year. So, I don't know. Over here on YouTube, we got some stuff. Philly Jim says, Ajayi is too slow. This team needs speed at the running back position. Ajayi's clutch, though. Ajayi gets the job done. Slow? I don't know if he's slow. It's obvious his knees are an issue, but I don't think he's slow. So, yeah. Zil Jones says, I feel the receiving core will be elevated with Foles because Foles won't be staring down Ertz all game. And then Chris Garland, a Cowboys fan, says, keep thinking you still have a chance. We're going to the playoffs. Whatever.
Oh, man.
Zil Jones says, Chris Garland, that's cool, but what does that mean with a Super Bowl? That's the problem with you Cowboys fans. You're so used to not winning anything, but making the playoffs is a success. To be fair, Zil Jones, for years that was us. We went to the playoffs and we thought that it was a success, and we'd get bounced every single year. And we finally won a Super Bowl, but, yeah, I mean, listen, I can't really hate on the Cowboys because they're the best team in the division right now. And, when you're the best team in the division, I can't talk shit about you. And they beat the Saints, a team that we got absolutely shellacked by. So, yeah, I mean, Chris Garland, are they trolls? Are the Cowboys fans trolls? Absolutely, but I can't really hate on them right now. Can't do it because I actually had them going far in the playoffs, unfortunately. Chris Garland also said this Cowboys defense will be something that proves you wrong. Okay, we'll see what happens. Philly Jim says, I think what this team really needs is a burner on the outside. We had that with Mike Wallace.
Yeah, he got injured.
But he got injured.
Got injured, week 2? Tampa Bay?
Week 2. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then the list just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as
So
the
bad.
weeks went by. I mean, Jordan Mailata, he's the 13th player this year to get on the IR.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
No,
It
Chris, and I understand that. Like, yeah, I gave you guys the support after the game because you guys swept us. It's not like you took one out of one or 1 out of 2. You swept us, and that's tough to do, especially to a Super Bowl champion. So I expect you guys to build off that and make a run in the playoffs because I don't want to be embarrassed that we lost to a team that loses in the first round. So do whatever you got to do. Represent the East well. I can't believe I'm saying that. Go represent the East well, and we'll see what you do with it. Because at this point, that's all you can do. Because your offense, in my opinion, isn't that good. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know your opinions on the Cowboys, but that Amari Cooper pickup was good. But at the same time, it's Dak.
Yeah, man.
Dak.
He's a little inconsistent, but we'll see in the playoffs, though. When the lights get brighter, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
Sometimes people fail.
Manny Martinez says, going on to the Golden Tate, he says, but he's a slot guy, too. You're pushing these guys out. Both Nelson and Jordan are slot guys.
Yeah, I mean,
well, who would you, Manny, real quick, if you're still in here, who would you rather have, Golden Tate, Nelson, or Jordan Matthews? You got to pick one out of those 3. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'd rather have Tate.
Oh, yeah, I'd rather have Golden Tate, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he makes people miss as soon as he catches the ball. He's not the yak king for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, his yards after the catch are insane. He makes people miss. He's a good slot guy for this team. It's just that Nelly just had one good year. You know what I mean? And they got us excited. Like, this is the Nelson Aguilar that was drafted in the first round. Yeah. That came out of USC, and it feels like he just went back to his normal self.
Yeah, he was in his own head.
Yeah.
Like, how did he play the first 2 weeks? I don't really remember. But when they signed Jordan Matthews, he's been non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's, like I said, I think it's a head game with him. But Anything else over there on Facebook?
Nope, nothing yet.
All right, cool. With that being said, what was the poll question? I think we answered that. We
The
won
poll
one.
question with the whole can Nick Foles bring the magic back to the Eagles?
I'll give you honestly. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. I think we win outright tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think this is a game. We're on Sunday Night Football. Nick Foles has been there 1,000 times. He's gonna perform amazing. And you know, I saw some games with the Rams this year. They played the Vikings. I think they were going back and forth with them for a while at home. And you know damn well, on the West Coast, there's gonna be more Eagles fans there than Rams fans. There's gonna be a lot.
Oh,
more.
absolutely.
There's gonna be
absolutely.
a lot.
We travel good, man.
Yeah.
We travel. It doesn't matter if we're 4-10 going into this game. We'll still travel, man.
Yeah, there's gonna be probably 60% Eagles fans, 40% Rams fans.
Just like how it was last year.
So it's like kind of a home field advantage,
Yeah,
a little bit.
and that's the thing about the Rams that people don't get is that even if they do make the playoffs, they really technically don't have home field advantage because their field just gets invaded by every other
Yeah.
team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like last year in the playoffs against Atlanta, I think there was more Falcons fans than there was Rams fans last year. And an example this year when the Packers went out to play in Los Angeles, it felt like it was 70-30 Packers fans.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and home field advantage, as we saw last year with the Eagles, it plays a big part. It plays a huge part.
Yep. Now I'll give you one better. I don't even think the Rams are the best team in their own fucking city.
Do you think the Chargers are
I think
better?
the Chargers are better.
Yeah, what they did
Yeah.
Thursday night against the Chiefs, coming
Yeah.
back 14 down in Arrowhead to beat them is pretty cool.
And it's
pretty cool to
it's
see.
very Andy Reid-esque too.
Oh my God, I know.
No, and I told you, I was like, ever since they got rid of Kareem Hunt, they're just not the same team. They're not, and it's obvious. You know, they're obviously missing their special running back, and Ware was out. So I don't know what they're gonna do,
Yeah.
man.
It's gonna be a toss up in the air. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and Nick Foles is 9-1 in primetime games.
There you go.
So you have something behind
Hopefully he can go 10-1.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting for Nick. Don't get me wrong. I'm rooting for Nick, but
There's a lot of people that aren't.
yeah, I know.
There's a lot.
I know.
And it sucks because if you're one of those people that aren't rooting for Nick Foles tomorrow, why don't you just like get the fuck out of our fan base? Because that's just really embarrassing. You know, you call yourself an Eagles fan, but you don't want the guy under center to succeed, no matter who it is. I was fucking rooting for Mike McMahon back in 2006 when he tripped on his own feet on New Year's Day against the Washington Redskins. The last game Sean Taylor, I think, ever played, and he ran back the fumble recovery to the end zone. I remember that because that was my first ever Eagles game. I rooted for that motherfucker. So, if you're a real Eagles fan, you will support number 9 tomorrow. Because I had to root for much worse than what you think he is.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. I had to root for fucking
Don't
Coy
forget.
Detmer.
Yeah, don't forget, we also rooted for Kevin Cobb as well.
Oh, my God.
Kevin Cobb.
Yeah.
Okay? It couldn't get any worse than this.
There's been some bad ones. There's been
There you
Vince Young.
Oh, I remember that one year. Yep.
The fact of the matter is like looking at our 2 QBs right now, and then you look back at what we did have besides McNabb, it's like
The slop.
it's a slop.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It really is.
Michael Vick in 2010 was an exception, but
I still blame that pass on Riley Cooper for not at least jumping for the ball. Hey, Riley, what are you, 6'3"?
I can't. You want to know why I can't? And I go back to this with my friend all the time because he always blames Akers for missing the 2 kicks. And I never really go back to that because it's a circumstance type of play. You know, you don't know what would have happened if he did make that kick. You know, the momentum could have completely changed, yes, but you just don't. You can't say that we would have scored or we wouldn't have scored after that. You know, or we would have held them. I don't go by that. But Michael Vick, in my opinion, rushed that play. You know, he could have clocked it, and I do think we would have won that game if he did clock it because it would have given more time to throw, and he just goes right to the end zone, which was stupid in my opinion to begin with because you're giving Aaron Rodgers 43 seconds left. So, I mean,
I think that was the year. That was the year they won the Super Bowl, right? Yeah, they beat us and went on to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think we could have won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
We were on a run.
I think, listen, in the 0-2 season when Rondé Barber took that pick 6 back, I think if we would have won that game, we would have beaten the Raiders in the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Because the Raiders weren't that good that year.
Well, the Raiders had Jerry Rice at wide receiver. I remember that.
And they had Rich Gannon as their quarterback,
Yeah, no, they had stars on that team, but it's the Buccaneers were hot going into that game.
Yep.
And do I think the Buccaneers were that good? No. I mean, they came into the vet and beat us up because defensively they were sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they were playing Brad Johnson at QB.
Yeah.
You know?
Brad Johnson. Good old Brad.
I think that was the first ever playoff game I watched as an Eagles fan.
Really?
And I was watching it. I wasn't as upset because I just started following the team at that point. But I was like, what the fuck? It's like they're playing a team in Florida, and it was 31 degrees out.
Yeah. Yep.
27-10. I'll never forget it. But, yeah. And Sam Stinkin' Bradford. Well, I'll say this about Sam Bradford. All right, the reason why I don't really put him in the slop with, like, Mike McMahon's or Corey Detmer is because the guy went into Foxborough and beat the Patriots. You know how hard it is to do that?
Yeah.
Especially on third down, he delivered the absolute strike. And he's, like, one of the more accurate QBs we've ever had.
Yeah, if he can stay healthy, he's very accurate. Yeah. It's just that the knee problems coming out of Oklahoma. He even got hurt when he was at Oklahoma, and then he was the first pick overall to the Rams. Never lived up to it because of the ACL injuries. It just sucks, man. It really does.
He robbed the fuck out of the NFL.
Yeah, he made over almost $200 million. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Playing, 91 games or something like that?
Yeah, something ridiculous. Yep.
That's ridiculous.
I wish I could fleece somebody like that.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it really is.
Chris Garland says if Eagles do win tomorrow, somehow they probably will win out, but you never know with the Texans. If they win tomorrow, they'll beat the Texans. Because next week we're projected to get snow, so I don't think the Texans will play well here, and I think with Nick Foles being who he is, I think we'll win out. But we need other teams to help us. And even at 8-8, we could get in. So if we lose tomorrow, it's not necessarily over.
Well, like what Chrome said, the big game tomorrow is for scoreboard watching, like me and you will be doing, is the Miami and Minnesota game. Yeah.
Miami, Minnesota, and you got the Panthers playing the Saints on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And I could see
go for the Saints, babe.
I could see the Saints sweeping the Panthers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. So I mean, is it impossible? No. You just gotta play your own game. You gotta play above your head like you've not been playing the whole year, and you gotta make some magic happen. Just get into the dance, and anything's anything's possible. I'm the type of Eagles fan that like I look at it on paper and I'm like, maybe we're not that good this year. But at the same time, I'm like, if we can make some noise in the playoffs and we get hot, why not try it again?
Yeah.
And Nick Foles is the best option to do that at this point because he has the experience. I'm telling you, people, don't give up on him. Philly Jim says, don't forget what Nick Foles did versus Lions in the snow. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was watching
Don't forget, LaShawn McCoy had almost 200 rushing yards as well, that game.
Yep. Nick Foles and LaShawn McCoy dominated that game. It was 8-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be like...
It was like 35-20 something at the end of the game. Yeah.
Wow. That's a complete mind fuck too. Sports better because at the halftime you're like, oh, let me bet the under, and all of a sudden, nope, you're gone. Oh shit. Who would I rather have, Doug or Andy?
Doug, please. I'll be straight out with it. Andy he's a good regular season coach. Yeah. He just could never win the big games when it came to him. That's the only problem Andy has.
The prime example was Thursday night.
Yeah, big game, and you're playing for overtime at home.
Yeah.
Andy, do you know who your quarterback is? He's making no-look passes.
Yeah. It's probably the best QB he's ever had.
Yeah, but seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is up to 45 touchdowns already.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. He's on, wow.
45, yeah.
Holy shit. He could get what, 52, 53?
Yeah, he's gonna hit 50. Absolutely. He might even break Brady's record, to be completely honest.
I didn't even know that.
Because we got 3 more weeks of football, right?
Yeah, I didn't
even
know that.
If he scores 3 touchdowns every week for the next 3 weeks, what's that? It's 9, so that's 50. Yeah, it's 59.
How many running?
He'll be 50 something.
How many running touchdowns does he have?
I have no clue.
Wow.
I'll look up his stats.
He's the MVP.
Oh, absolutely. He should be unanimous too.
Yeah. Wow. That's nuts. That's wild. Anything over there on Facebook? Or?
Nothing so far.
Nothing so far? All right. You want to do some weekly picks?
Yeah. Let me look up Patrick Mahomes' stats real quick.
All right. I'll look up the NFL schedule right now. But, yeah.
Yeah, he has 45 touchdowns this year. 45 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Wow. And you're not winning with him? That's crazy.
He has 2 games where he threw 6 touchdown passes. 1 week 2 against Pittsburgh, and then what's that? Week 10 against the Chargers.
Wow.
2 times he threw over 6 touchdowns.
That's incredible. All right. So as the games today, we got the 4:30 game. The Houston Texans at the New York Jets. Who do you got?
Texans at Jets. I'll take the Texans on this one.
I got the Texans as well. Cleveland at Denver.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Brownies, baby.
All right,
Cleveland.
I was going back and forth with this one because like a hobby of mine is to look at the lines and see where they're going. 2.5 for the Browns. You seem like the underdog would be the play here, but at the same time, you're going into a place where the air is thin.
Yeah,
and
it's
gonna
freezing
be
cold.
It's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
Give me the Broncos.
Okay. I had the Browns.
Yeah, I mean the Browns are honestly playing for the playoffs still, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's crazy. They need a lot of things to happen though, but
Yeah.
They didn't need to win out and like Baltimore to lose like 1 out of 2, 2 out of 3, stuff like that.
That'd be insane. Arizona, Atlanta.
Atlanta, please.
Yeah.
Arizona's just. I don't even think they should even have a football team out there.
No.
But, that's
No.
for a different story.
Give me Atlanta as well. Detroit at Buffalo.
Detroit. I think Buffalo. What they just got Josh Allen. Josh Allen just back, right?
Yeah.
Coming back. Yeah, Detroit, please.
I'm going to get Buffalo because Detroit, I think, sucks. I think they're garbage. But at the same time, Matt Patricia does know the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Give me Buffalo. Green Bay at Detroit. Green Bay at Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, give me Chicago.
They're gonna roll. They're gonna roll job the Packers this week.
Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown an interception in 360 pass attempts.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Dude's a stud, man.
Yeah, he is. Oakland at Cincinnati.
So the dumpster fire versus the dumpster fire, huh?
Yep.
You know what? Oakland can beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. They can beat Cincinnati. Give me Oakland.
Nah, give me Cincinnati. Cincinnati's home. And
Yeah.
the Oakland Raiders kind of got lucky on that slipped kick, so give me Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati sucks, but their coach stinks, man.
Who, Marvin Lewis?
He sucks.
Hey, well, they got Hugh Jackson now, man. They could replace him at the end. He could bring his winning talents over to Cincinnati, huh?
Dude, I don't know why he still has a job. Do you think he has something against him?
He's 0-7 in the postseason.
Yeah.
If a coach ever was 0-7 in the postseason in Philadelphia,
His house would get egged.
he would be out of the city already.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, his house would get egged and his car would get filled with sugar.
Yeah.
Like, it would be so bad. Dallas at Indianapolis.
I think this is a big game for the Indianapolis Colts. It's at home.
Yeah.
I never root for the Cowboys, and I'm never going to do it, and I never will. Give me the Colts, please.
Yeah, give me the Colts. I think the Colts being at home with Frank Reich knows the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and it's almost like
yeah.
I was watching NFL Network, and I forget who said it, but they were talking about this game, and they were like, you know what? It's almost like playing the Eagles again because you're going up against Frank Reich, who played you for the past 2 years in the division.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows what you're going to do and what you're not, what your strength and what your weaknesses are.
And the Cowboys are hot right now. Yeah, give me the Colts.
Yeah.
I think it's a down game for the Cowboys. Miami at Minnesota. I'm going upset
Miami,
special.
Please.
I'm going Miami.
Miami. We
I'm
need
going
Miami
Miami
in this game. I'm going to go Miami heavy.
It's not only because we need them to win. Right now, I think with Miami's upset last week against the Patriots, they think they're still in the race.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're going to play a Minnesota team that just fired their offensive coordinator with 3 games to go.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know how that's going to work with the offense. It's kind of the line is 7. I don't get that line. I really don't. Give me Miami. I think Miami wins by 10. Tennessee at the Giants.
Well, can you take inconsistent? Can the Giants win with inconsistent Mariota at the, playing against them? But in this one, I think Tennessee. I don't think Odell's gonna play. So if Odell's ain't playing, I don't know who Eli's gonna be throwing it to. So give me Tennessee.
I think the Giants play better without Odell. I think they're more balanced. I think their offense works better without him. With that being said, this is a turf field. Mariota's quick.
Yeah.
Give me the Giants.
Okay.
You know what? The Giants, I think without Odell Beckham Jr., they're a better team. I really do. And Saquon Barkley's the best back in the NFL. So, yep, give me the Giants. Do you have anything to rebuttal off that? The Saquon Barkley being the best back in the NFL?
No, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
That dude just does everything, man. He makes people miss. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, 15 times a game?
Yeah.
And that can also help Eli. Granted, I think the Giants can they go after a quarterback this year? Next year in the draft, or at least go to a free agent. You know what I mean?
Well, they projected the Giants to actually get the 10th pick this year, and they were going to pick a quarterback, the guy from Ohio State.
Oh, Dwayne Haskins. Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Another J.T. Barrett. Wonderful.
Yeah, he did have, 47 touchdowns this year?
Yeah. But, but it's another Ohio State quarterback. You know what I mean? They don't do anything in the league. I couldn't even, I can't think of another Ohio State quarterback. If the chat has something that they can give me a name Ohio State quarterback that's actually done something in the NFL, please let me know because, freaking Braxton Miller hasn't done shit. He's a wide receiver. Terrell Pryor, quarterback, he went to wide receiver.
Garbage.
J.T. Barrett's the fourth string on the Saints, you know what I mean? But, yeah, go ahead. Hey, if the Giants want Dwayne Haskins, go after a Ohio State quarterback. Do what you got to do.
There you go. Washington at Jacksonville.
I'll take Jacksonville.
Whew. I'm going to take Jacksonville just because they have a journeyman at quarterback. Washington does. They have Josh Jackson. So
yeah.
Unless they start Sanchez, and I don't know. Well, we'll see. Tampa Bay at Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore's playing for the playoffs. Tampa Bay isn't. And it's at Baltimore.
Give me Baltimore.
Yeah, give me Baltimore.
Because I don't think if Lamar Jackson is playing good. Nobody can contain him.
I said he was the top QB one of the top QBs in the draft.
You did.
Yeah.
And I ate a little crow on him. But hey, everybody does. I think what Lamar Jackson reminds me? He reminds me of a Michael Vick a little bit with his movement.
Without the arm.
Yeah, he's a bigger Michael Vick.
Yeah.
But I think, and that's going to give some teams problems if they can't figure him out. But give me Baltimore in this one.
Baltimore. All right. So going back to the whole Lamar Jackson thing, they gave us a second-round pick, right, for that to move up?
Yes, second-round pick. Yep.
All right.
We used that last year.
Well, thank you, Baltimore.
Yep.
There you go. Seattle at San Francisco. I'm going upset here. I'm going San Francisco.
Oh, really? I'm going Seattle, man. They're playing good football.
I'm going upset.
I
think Seattle has a down game. I think San Francisco comes to play.
Mm-hmm.
San Fran.
It's crazy because
and Sherman.
It's crazy to see because Seattle lost their best wide receiver in Doug Baldwin, and on Monday night you saw they couldn't move the ball.
Yeah.
They couldn't move the ball at all.
Mm-hmm.
But give me Seattle, please.
Yeah, Sherman's going up against Seattle again.
It's in Seattle, right?
Yeah, it's tough to no, it's in San Fran.
Oh, it's in San Fran?
Yeah.
Still give me Seattle, please.
All right, yeah, I'll take San Fran. This is a good one. New England at Pittsburgh. All right, last year that whole James Jones play where it was pretty much the same play as the Zach Ertz play in the Super Bowl, where the touchdown got called back because he didn't cross the plane or whatever it was.
Which is bullshit. Should have been a touchdown.
Should have been a touchdown. It's in Heinz Field.
Same place where it was last year.
Same place where it was last year. Vengeance game. Pittsburgh is coming back off of that loss against the Oakland Raiders. You go first. I don't know.
I'm going to take the Pats. The reason why is because Big Ben has been very, very inconsistent this year, as you saw last week against Oakland. He has his moments where he's throwing for 3 touchdowns, one game will come back and won't even have anything. And that's the whole Steelers DNA ever since I've been growing up, is that the Steelers love to play down the competition.
Yeah.
They can never put their foot on the gas pedal and beat a bad team and the Oakland Raiders like they did last week and they lost to them. But Tom is still doing what he's been doing for 20-something years now?
Right.
Yeah, give me the Patriots, please.
Oh, yeah, give me the Patriots as well. All year, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been proving to me that they're overrated.
Yeah.
I went to the game with a couple of my friends back in week 4. They're playing the Baltimore Ravens.
The Sunday night game, right?
Yeah, and Baltimore just dominated them in every aspect of the game. Patriots are better than Baltimore. They're going to go into Pittsburgh. They're going to win this game, and they're probably going to get home field advantage again, which sucks, but it is what it is. Yep, Pats. All right. Philadelphia Eagles at the Rams.
Here we go. Big one for Philly, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Nick Foles at the helm Kyle has been calling it for all year.
Yep.
But, damn, man. I want it's like I can see the Eagles winning this game because it will be such a Philadelphia Eagles thing, Like you blow, you lose the big game down in Dallas. The pressure's finally off. You go down to LA and you beat the Rams. But listen, I'm gonna be a realist. The Rams are a good football team, man.
Right.
They play defense. They play hard on defense. Their offense is still clicking. Like I've been saying, if you can't stop Zeke, I don't know how you're gonna stop Todd Gurley. Okay. Todd Gurley might walk into this game with 150 rushing yards already underneath his belt because that's who he is.
Yeah.
but I'm gonna have to. I hate to do it, man, but I gotta take the Rams. And it's nothing on Nicky. It would have been the same way if Carson was under center. They're just a better football team than we are.
Okay.
And like you said, the secondary's banged up, man.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna say this. We have the home field advantage, obviously. They're 13-point underdogs going into LA. They're going across to the West Coast. It's a 5-hour flight, and it's 3 time differences. Yeah, 3 time zones. With that being said, like Ralphie just said, it would be a complete Philadelphia thing to do for the Eagles to win this game.
Yeah.
And you know what? Us technically being in the playoff race still, I think we're going to show a lot of fire. I think we're going to show a lot of fight, especially for Carson Wentz, who is not playing anymore. Nick Foles always has his back. And believe it or not, I have us winning this game.
Okay.
I have us winning the game outright. And with that being said, I'm going to give you a teaser if you're a gambling person because I think this is a lock. All right? Do a 10-point special teaser. Take the Philadelphia Eagles plus 23. Take the Philadelphia Eagles Rams over-under at 62. No, 42. Drop it down 10 points, 42. Take the over. And tease up the Miami Dolphins for them to get plus 17. There's your special teaser. Put whatever you want on that. That's a lock. Because the Birds aren't going to lose by 23 points. I don't see that.
See, I guess getting waxed.
You think?
Yeah. To be completely honest.
We'll see.
I know. We'll see. Hopefully we can win. That's all I'm asking for. But for me to be a realist and see and not have the blinders up and looking in one direction, the Rams that Rams football team, man, they're very good.
They score 38 points a game
and
at
like
home.
you said, man, they just got embarrassed on national television against the Bears.
Yeah.
Goff had 4 interceptions. He gets to come back home. Granted, Nicky is a warm weather quarterback. 80. It's gonna be what, almost 80 degrees out there in LA. And what are we in December?
Yep.
It's crazy, but we'll see what anything can happen.
Now, if you wanna talk about a Philadelphia thing to do, it would be beating the Rams, beating the Texans, and then going to Washington and losing.
And
to
losing,
Washington.
yeah. Josh, what's his name?
Whoever.
Yeah, whoever. Swear. Yeah, Helen Keller's playing quarterback
exactly.
for the Redskins. Throws 5 touchdowns on us. It would be such an Eagles thing.
Yeah,
really
I'd probably be down there too, if we were to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That game would be flexed, in my opinion.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. If we're in position to make the playoffs, yeah.
Like if it was a win to get in thing?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
It would be. I would definitely go down that one. Monday Night Football, New Orleans at Carolina.
New Orleans in this one.
Yeah.
It's at New Orleans, correct?
No, this is in Carolina.
It's in Carolina. Either way, I think New Orleans is just the roller coaster Cam is working this year, man. Cam Newton has been very, very inconsistent, man. Up and down, up and down. That's why he got his nickname Roller Coaster Cam. Give me the Saints in this one.
Yeah, give me the Saints as well. I don't think Carolina is that good of a team. Even though they beat us coming back down from 17-0, 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter against Carson Wentz and the Birds. No, I see the Saints win this game because the Saints are playing for the number 1 seed. And the Carolina is playing
for nothing.
Pretty much at this point.
They're playing for a wild card spot, but
they're not going to get it.
Wild card spot, I should say, and they got to play the Saints 2 times out of the last
Forget it.
3 games,
They're toast.
It's going to be rough for the Carolina Panthers now.
No, it really
is. But hopefully Eagles can go down this week to Los Angeles, handle their business, and just if they win this game, it will be such typical Eagles football, man. It really will be.
Put it this way. If they win this game, get ready for a ton of shows, a ton of great shows on this platform.
Yeah.
This next week.
I can't wait, man. Hopefully they win, man. I don't just give me like I said against Dallas, and it sucks that they lost, but just give me another week of meaningful football in December.
Yeah.
If you can just win this game, just give me another week of football.
We're the underdogs.
That's all I ask. Yeah.
Yep.
Yet again.
All right. Time for us to go to break. See us come back on YouTube for the other side. And we'll talk more Eagles, Sixers, maybe Flyers, maybe some Phillies. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. See you guys.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
And we are back on the second half of the Hooligans on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Mountain from New Jersey, Real Talk Studios. This is brought to you by Scazano Sports Center, 5 Carnegie Plaza, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 856-889-3434, www.scazanosports.com. We are back with Sixers talk. The Sixers lost an absolute doozy last night to the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Okay? And I honestly didn't even watch this game. I was out, but I consistently checked the updates on my phone. And the Sixers were leading at the half, and then they end up losing by 11, I think it was. Now, to me, I don't even have to watch to tell you what the problem is. Brett Brown. Brett Brown does not know how to manage this team if his life depended on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was defending this guy up until this point. You know, you have Joel Embiid. I mean, Jimmy Butler. Did he play last night, Jimmy Butler?
No, he did not.
Okay.
You know what's funny? Because I love busting the balls to all the Sixers fans and stuff like that, and it makes me laugh. But you guys won without Embiid,
Yeah.
but you keep on losing without Jimmy.
So you're basically saying Embiid's the problem. That's basically what you're saying. Well, Embiid is the MVP of the league. Jimmy Butler is a phenomenal athlete. He's been nothing but spectacular ever since he's been here. They got to coexist on the floor. They do.
Well, and what he is for you guys is that what you guys were lacking last season and into the playoffs. And let me know if I'm wrong. It is a closer.
Yeah.
A guy,
big time. Yeah.
A guy that can come in like he did against the Nets and what he did against Charlotte when you guys needed a big bucket at the end, the last second shot. He made those shots, and that's what you guys lacked last year was a closer.
Yeah.
Because what happened last year in Boston is Brad Stevens figured out Ben Simmons. Okay, Ben, you can't shoot. We'll just clog the lane.
Yeah.
I
Let you
dare
shoot,
you.
yeah.
I dare you take a 15-foot jumper.
Yep.
Okay. So now what else is happening is that when Jimmy's not out there, Joel is getting doubled and triple teamed now.
Right.
And it's kind of, I guess, I don't because I'm not a Sixers fan, so I don't want to
Obviously.
say anything. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get this wrong, but the way I guess it's frustrating Joel a little bit. But hey, you call yourself a superstar. This is what's going to happen night in and night out.
Right. No, you nailed it perfectly. And you know what? Joel Embiid, he's still kind of young. He's 24 years old. You know, he knows he's the star in the city.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem like the guy to me, in my personal opinion, looking at all these athletes in the past, he doesn't seem like the guy that wants to share the spotlight. And I think that's a huge problem. He wants to be the guy. And since Jimmy Butler's got here, he's kind of shared the spotlight because Jimmy Butler has been the one winning the games.
Yeah.
So, you know, Joel Embiid has to grow up. I love Joel Embiid. But you know what? I love his goofiness. But at the same time, if you want this team to win championships, you're going to have to share the role. And you're just going to have to be a team player, man. Because we need you. We need you big time down the stretch. And we need you to be a leader.
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, and I saw this on Twitter, and it's a good question. And it's going to be for you because since you're the only Sixers fan in the room.
Yeah.
And everybody else on Twitter, I mean on YouTube, if you guys want to chime in on the comment section
Right.
with this question. Saw it on Twitter. If Ben Simmons can't develop a jump shot or even take a jump shot, is he worth a max contract,
No.
in your opinion?
No.
Okay.
He's not. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. We all know. All right, so if you didn't know, Ralphie's a Lakers fan. All
Yeah.
right. He's seen a lot of titles in his life, and I'm kind of jealous of it. But I'm also a Yankees fan, so I've seen a lot of titles in my life. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But what I understand when it comes to giving players max contracts are you have to be good on every aspect of the game.
Yeah.
All right? And you have to have a jump shot to be at the pro level. Now, is Ben Simmons a phenomenal player and an asset at every other aspect of the game? Yeah. but his jump shot is atrocious. It's like you're playing at the YMCA pickup league, you're wide open, and you can't hit a shot.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. And honestly, it's not that it's not only not good, it's embarrassing. Like, it's really embarrassing that we picked this guy number 1 in the draft, and he's good at layups, he's good at soliciting. You gotta have a fucking jump shot, man. Like, you have to. And you know, people are picking on him. They're showing videos on Twitter of him shooting the 3-ball consecutively in practice, and like everyone's like, yeah, good job.
Yeah. The whole thing, I seen that.
It's just so embarrassing. It's like, that video was so funny because it's true.
It's very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah, and you know what? I love Ben Simmons, but you know, do I personally think he's gonna be a Philadelphia 76er for much longer? No. I don't. I can see him going to a team like the Lakers, and I've said this over and over and over again, because he's not progressing here. You know, he's the same player night in and night out. Like I said, he's a good passer. He's a good guard. He can't shoot.
That was one of his downfalls coming into the league, is that can he develop a jump shot that can extend his game longer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys always compare him to Magic, but the one thing about Magic is that Magic shot the ball still. You know what I mean?
Who the hell would compare him to Magic Johnson?
Well, I hear a lot of Sixers fans compare him to Magic Johnson. He's got the Magic Johnson touch and stuff like that.
Let me tell you something. If Magic Johnson never had that disease and had to retire, he would have probably been the best player of all time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So
the things that Magic Johnson did with that basketball is a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There'll never be another Magic Johnson. There'll never be another Jordan, another Kareem. You know, another LeBron. The things that Magic Johnson did with that basketball is out of this world.
Yeah.
He to me, watching his highlights, he's the one that started the no-look passes and the behind-the-back passes. Yeah. You know what I mean? The flashy passes.
Yeah. And that's how the Lakers became known. It wasn't because of Kobe and Shaq. It was because of Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain.
The championships, yeah.
The champions. Exactly, you know, and that's why people hate Laker fans when they're good. But at the same time, it's a rich history.
Yeah.
And that's why I could see someone like Ben Simmons going to the Lakers. Because Ben Simmons, he's a very good player, all right? But in order to get a jump shot, if you're not doing it here, you're going to try to do it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to try to change scenery because that's all you got. And would I give up Ben Simmons? Would I trade him? If you gave me the right price, I would. Because I just don't see his game developing here. I just don't see it, and it sucks because I've been dealing with the process forever, and we're finally getting a good team. But watching us lose to teams like the Pacers and teams that are just like Brooklyn, just teams that are not on our level, you got to do something.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, because I told the guys in the fix, I get it. You guys have a good basketball team, but
not good enough.
How are you going to go into the playoffs with the Raptors and Boston's coming alive now? They're winning basketball games.
Yeah.
They're sneaking up into the number 1 seed now. They're right behind you guys at 18-10.
Yeah.
The Pacers are right there. Uh-huh. They're a good basketball team. Like the East is not what the East used to be.
No.
Okay, like there's actually 5 solid good basketball teams, including the Sixers.
Yeah, and I said this. I said
you
this
had the Bucks as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Giannis is dropping 42 a night. You know, I don't know how many points he had on you guys the very first meeting, but I know you guys lost that matched up.
Yeah.
It's just the things. Think about it. The Raptors went into Golden State
and beat them by almost 20.
And beat them without Kawhi.
Yeah.
And the Warriors were healthy.
Yep.
Except for Draymond. They didn't have Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
They had Clay. They had Steph. They had KD.
The Warriors aren't the same team.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Their
They're
bench
not.
stinks.
Yeah.
Their bench is the biggest problem.
Yeah. It's it's crazy because you think the Sixers finally have a shot, and then they always have these stupid-ass, dumb-ass problems that hold them back. And, you know, it's just when's it going to be our time? That's my real question. You know, I'm just sick of watching all these other teams just take the throne.
Yeah.
And
I told the guys on the fix, this group, you can hate me for saying this or you can agree with me. Let me know. This group of this group of players that the Philadelphia Sixers have, in my honest opinion, being a realist, might not win an NBA championship together.
No.
I'm being completely honest.
Yep.
Okay, because if you think about it, Boston is going to keep that core for about 2 more years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Toronto, if they sign Kawhi, have fun with that. Okay, Giannis is going to still resign with Milwaukee. And then you have that young team out there in Indiana with Victor Oladipo, Darren Collison, Miles Turner's locked up for 4 more years.
You know what I would do? Okay, and I agree with everything you just said because you do need another star on this team. What I would do when his contract is up, I would put all of my chips, and I mean all of my chips in the middle, give Kevin Durant what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Give KD what he wants, bring him here to Philadelphia. You have that core. You have that perfect group of players. You have two shooters.
Yeah.
All right? That's exactly what you need. Bring back J.J. Redick. Do whatever you got to do. That team would win a championship.
Yeah.
All right?
And it's just that this group, this team that's built right now, and I'm not being a hater because I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm being a realist. I really don't know how you're going to get over the hump of Toronto, Boston, Milwaukee, and Indiana.
No, it's depressing. I'm agreeing with you. And, like, you're a Lakers fan. Like, I don't think the Lakers are all that good. I'm being honest. I'm not just trying to troll. I don't think they're that good. They just got destroyed by Houston. But, I mean, you're nailing it on the head. Like, everyone's expecting the Sixers to make a run in the playoffs. And it's like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, because you think about it. You guys were healthy last year, and you lost to the B team of Boston.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen when they have their A team out there with Gordon Hayward coming off he ain't even starting now. Yeah. He's thriving in the 6-man role. Okay, he's on the bench for Boston. Kyrie's back and healthy. Okay, I just don't know how you're going to do it. And the Raptors with Kawhi and Kyle Lowry, that 1-2 punch, they're coming along very nicely. Milwaukee. The only problem I have with Milwaukee is that they only have one guy, and that's Giannis. If you can shut down Giannis,
they have Middleton too, but he's like.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he also might get traded as well.
Yeah,
there's a lot of talks with Chris Middleton getting traded. So see, that's the only thing. But there's like 4 teams in the East that are going to give the Sixers a run for their money. They really are.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
That's not just 1 or 2 teams.
Yeah,
and LeBron's not even here anymore.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's crazy. And we have a comment. Nikki Steele says, Fultz drama, Embiid unhappiness, Simmons under delivering, and other possible problems are going to haunt them in the playoffs. Not only the playoffs, in the future. You know, we got to get Fultz the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
we have to get him out of here.
To be completely honest, I would get rid of him as listen. I get he's a 19-year-old kid, but when you have the yips, and it's shown for the past 2 years now, that he just can't get it done on the court, man. So basically, if you keep him around, man, and you think you can work it out, and it doesn't, and now contract time comes up, and you let him walk away for free, you're gonna regret it for the rest of your lives.
Yeah,
seriously,
because he's a number 1 draft pick. It's like, you know, you traded up to get this guy. You didn't have the number 1 pick. You traded with Boston, and Boston got a better player.
Yeah,
you know, and that's just a double whammy. It's like you got schooled by Boston again, and you're giving him away for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just said, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I don't see how anyone could defend that at this point. Detroit is interested. Trade him away.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Seriously, and the fact that the Sixers are declining all these offers just blows my mind, because how does having Markelle Fultz not touch a basketball for 4 months now?
Mm-hmm.
He's got the whole soldier thing.
Well, the last time I saw him in NBA action was against the Suns, because I was at that game, and he went in for 2 seconds and he pulled him out immediately, and he put McConnell in his place.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
well, when you have fans cheering for TJ over your number 1 pick, that is alarming. Okay,
yeah.
it really is.
Yeah, because TJ McConnell, he's a good role player, but he's nothing special.
Yeah.
You know, and TJ McConnell, you know, he's a bright spot. Well, not a bright spot, but I mean, like, I guess he's a crowd favorite. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not. And, you know, I wanted to like Markelle Fultz. I wanted him in the draft. But once I saw that the guy couldn't shoot, like, he shoots like this, and I'm like, what are you shooting, granny style?
It's like a Sean Marion shot.
Yeah.
Sean Marion shot from his chest.
I thought Amari Cooper did it better.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, you know, it's just, I understand that people don't want to waste a pick. The kid stinks.
Mm-hmm.
He does, and we can't bring him on anymore. I'm sorry.
I completely honest with you, brother.
Yeah.
I'm in. Like I keep on saying, I'm not being a hater because I'm a Lakers fan. I'm being a realist.
Yeah.
If you're taking calls for a kid that can't shoot the basketball, he can't get it right, he's having mind games with himself.
And he's in Philadelphia, one of the toughest sports cities to play in. If not the toughest.
Send him to a Phoenix.
Yeah.
Why didn't you put here's the thing, Alton, as soon as the trade broke off with the Wizards, the Grizzlies, and the Suns, why didn't you pick up the phone? Put him in a package for Trevor Ariza.
Yeah.
But get somebody that can come on the floor and play defense and shoot the three. Something you guys need, another shooter.
Yeah.
Because at this point, can JJ, how should I put it? Can JJ be that consistent shooter night in and night out when the playoffs come?
No. I don't think he can.
Because Mike Muscala,
he stinks. He sucks.
He's a roller coaster too.
Oh, he's horrible.
One night he's on, one night he's off.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers, like I hold nothing back because like it's just so drawn out at this point.
Yeah.
It's like when the fuck are they going to come to fruition and just everything comes together? It's like it's year after year after year of consistent bullshit with this franchise. You know, you get bounced in 5 by a B team like you were saying against the Celtics when you thought you were going to win that series. I had them winning in 5 actually. And you get embarrassed. Like they spread the ball out so quick. They're like, "Oh, here you go. Here you go. Here you go." Like you can't defend it. And it's going to be the same bullshit this year. We could even get bounced in the first round this year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at this point, we'll be a 4 seed. We'll face the 5 seed. Who would that be? Charlotte, maybe?
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
And Charlotte's not a slouch. Like, I mean, Charlotte plays us tough every single time we play them. And they have a guy named Kemba Walker who drops 60 on us.
Yeah. And if you didn't have Jimmy Butler that game, you guys would have lost that game as well. He saved us.
Did we win that game?
Yeah, that's the game where Jimmy Butler hit the game-winning shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was insane.
If the season ended today, you guys would be the 5th seed playing Boston in Boston.
Uh-huh.
It's Toronto. This is 1 through 8 right now. Toronto, Milwaukee, Indiana, Boston, Philly, Charlotte, Detroit, Orlando. You guys would be the 5th seed. Boston would be the 4th seed. It'll be last year all over
That'll
again.
be the most watched series in playoffs.
You guys are 19 and 11. They're 18 and 8. 18 and 10. Only reason why they're ahead of you is because of the one win that you guys on opening night.
So we could lose in the first round.
Yeah, if the season ended today, you guys got Boston in Boston.
Yeah, that would be tough.
And you guys play Boston on Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Nah,
that'd be a Merry Christmas right there.
We got the Warriors in Oakland. Whoopity-doo-dah, right?
Yeah, but the Warriors aren't the same. You have a shot in that game. I mean, I keep saying the Lakers really aren't that good. They're not. But the Warriors just aren't playing together right now. So, I mean, they did win last night. They came back from like 20 down with 5 minutes to go.
Against the Kings, yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. How does that even happen?
Yeah, I don't even know.
But yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you. Now, I would talk Flyers with you, but I don't.
Who the Flyers?
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about the Flyers. You want to know why? Because
they don't deserve any talk in the city right now.
No,
they really don't.
I'm a diehard fan of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Too.
I haven't been to a game since the Arizona game, and that was in October. This coach, until he gets fired, I am not watching another fucking game because it is so embarrassing that when we win one game, this guy gets a full week.
Yeah,
he gets a full week.
He gets the crown.
Yeah, you got rid of Hextall. All right, I'm fine with that. Okay, whatever. You got to throw the coach in there with it. I mean, you can't just fire one and then not fire the other one when it's obvious the players are quitting on this coach.
Yeah,
like you saw them in Edmonton, horrible. Saw them in Calgary with a minute to go, horrible. How do you not see this? Like, I just don't understand this. Like, I have nothing to do with being a general manager, a coach, or any of that. This is common sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's sad to see because I saw a stat today that said we had 23 goalies since 2000.
2001, yeah.
2001, 23 goalies.
Yep.
And we have Carter Hart just sitting there right in the AHL. And if you don't trust the coach to develop this guy, what is he doing beyond the bench?
Yeah, seriously.
You know? He looks like a zombie out
Carter
there.
Hart's just sitting there rotting away down in the I mean, I get all the people that are like, oh, he's too Carter Hart's too young. You don't want to hurt. Bring him up.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do this year anyway?
What, are you gonna shoot his confidence?
Yeah.
Like,
you might as well bring him up.
I mean, the guy says he wants to play up here.
Yeah.
When you want to play in Philadelphia, in the hockey town, one of the biggest hockey towns in America, when you want to play up here, you send that fucking kid up here.
Yeah.
Like, stop with this whole Stolos bullshit, this Leon bullshit, or Lion, whatever his name is, and Brian Elliott.
Brian Elliott's injured again. Neuvert's injured again.
Yeah. Look at all these goalies. They're all scrubs.
Yeah.
Like, they can't stop a nosebleed. And it's like, Just bring your future up now. Your future is now. Now, granted, Nolan Patrick has not looked good. I understand he looks slow with the puck. He's not making any plays. But you have to remember, back in his rookie year, he was making a ton of plays. He was doing behind-the-look passes.
Well, last year, at the beginning of the year, Nolan Patrick was he even looked like he wanted to play in the NHL, right? And as the year went on, he started heating up and starting to score more goals, getting assists, and his points started going up, and he actually had a pretty good rookie year.
Yeah, and I like Nolan Patrick. Now, do I think that the Devils got the better player? Maybe. But I like Nolan Patrick. Nico Hischier is...
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
But we always get the shit end of the stick in
But the one
Philadelphia.
thing I will say about the Flyers is that they held on to Giroux too long.
I agree with that.
They
held
on to him a little bit too long, and it's almost like how the Phillies did with the big three with Rollins, Utley, and Howard. We held on to him way too long.
No, and if you're gonna hold on to them, at least put a team around them.
Yeah.
You know, it's Claude Giroux to me. He's nothing more than a glorified stat patter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does anything to change the games. I think he's all about himself. They made him a captain. He's not a leader.
Yeah, he's not a captain.
Maybe he's too many grilled cheese sandwiches. I don't know, but
playoff comes and it's milk carton time.
He had 104 points last year, and he had
playoff
2
comes.
in that series. Yeah. The offensive series against the Pittsburgh Penguins, where no one could stop anybody, he had 2 points.
Yeah.
That's it. 2. How is this guy still on the team?
Yeah. I've been calling for him to get traded 3 years now. It's about to be 4.
Yeah.
Because whenever player he's good in the regular season. He's an Andy Reid, okay?
Yeah.
He's good in the regular season, but
Can't
when
do
playoff
anything.
comes, it's milk carton time.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And going back to my favorite Philadelphia Flyer of all time, Simon Gagne, he's the complete opposite of him. Because Simon Gagne fractured his foot in the first series against the Devils in 2010. Came back 2 weeks later against Boston when they were down 3-0, and he led them all the way back.
Led them all the way back.
The Giroux is the exact opposite of that. Like, I have no faith in Giroux whatsoever.
To be honest, I don't think Giroux can take the spotlight.
No.
I really don't think so, because if you look at it, when Giroux had Gagne, Richards, Carter, he thrived, right? Because the spotlight was off of him. He wasn't having all the media at his locker after the game. Okay, when Yager came to town and we beat Pittsburgh in that series the first year, the spotlight was off of him too.
Yeah.
He could play like himself, and you saw it in the series against Pittsburgh. Granted, we lost to the New Jersey Devils. That
was brutal.
Series.
The 5 games. Yeah. I mean,
and then everybody went their own separate ways. Danny Briere retired. Yager went on to play for Florida. Yada yada.
Fucking
Brizgalov.
Brizgalov.
And then the spotlight came up on Giroux, and it kind of just evaporated.
You know what's funny about that? Brizgalov was actually a good goalie, but not with us.
Yeah.
You know, he was a really good goalie out there in Phoenix.
Yeah, he
or
was.
Arizona, or wherever it was. But he was a dud here. I think we gave him way too much money.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Should have kept Bob, huh?
Yeah. yeah, but Bob wasn't really doing it here either. I think it's like a mind game thing when it comes here. He went to Columbus. That's a small market team.
Yeah, 2 Vesnas, huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It sucks, right? But, you know.
It does, man.
The Flyers are right now. They're just untalkable.
Yep,
Like,
I know. I totally agree.
yeah, I mean they don't deserve it. Like, give me something to talk about, and then we'll talk about it. But right now, me being a diehard Flyers fan, I'm just done with it, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, we're gonna end it right here. I kind of have to go somewhere, but thank you for coming in.
Yeah, man.
And joining us today. Thanks, Ralphie, for joining me today.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll see you back next week. Scotty will be on here. And
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Let's get that W tomorrow. See you guys.